Hi everyone, Sue here from Scott Properties Group. I'm joined today by Kylie Chivers. Hi Kylie.
Hi Sue.
Kylie is a director of GuaRENTeed, which is a property management company. So Kylie, what's happening with this COVID-19? How is it sort of filtering through from your clients, tenants and landlords?
Yes, well, obviously there was there was a lot of cause of alarm for tenants and landlords alike. We've had a lot of people sort of kind of panic a bit in the beginning, but what we've seen now that we're a few weeks obviously into the crisis, that really when you drill down and get to the bottom of it, we look after about 900 odd properties, and out of that, we've had about 30 actual formal requests come through for rental assistance. Now, we've been drilling down. Part of our process of doing that is to drill down and to then decipher which parts are legitimate, which claims are legitimate, and even if they have had an impact from the COVID, is it enough of an impact to warrant actually reducing the rent? Do the landlords actually have to do that? Thankfully, the government did come out with some regulations. As a lot of people know, the first draft was terrible.
Horrendous, I think, more than terrible.
Yeah, it was horrendous for landlords. It wasn't good at all, and it left a lot of grey area and a lot of opportunity for misuse. Yeah. But I'm happy that the new regulations, the amended ones that come out, are a lot clearer and a lot easier for us to manage. So out of that 30 that have come forth and put in, we run our own form, so a Zoho form that comes through. They've got to fill out their details, let us know the exact reason, the amount that they've lost. There's a lot of detail in that form that helps to qualify that we've put together. From that 30 so far, there's been 4 that's come forth as being legitimate, where they'll need some assistance. But when you drill down even further from that, some of them only need to be reduced by $5 a week. One of these $4. $4.
Really.
And what that means, what that metric is, obviously the landlord might decide to do more, it's up to them, but to bring them under that 30% affordability, which is what the government have given us as a sort of a yardstick. So, if they've lost more than 25% of their income, or their 30% affordability of the rent versus their income, then that's basically the metrics that we're using. That's the test, if you like, that they need to go through. So they can't simply just say it. They've actually got to come forward. They've got to give us documentations. They've got to show us, the other thing that we've been asking is they need to show us what, assistance that they've qualified for the government. So there's no good coming to us and saying, I've lost my job. Oh, by the way, I haven't bothered to register for any assistance. Well, in our view, it's not fair for the landlord then to pay. As taxpayers, we're already paying for those payments. The government, the job seeker, the job keeper, that's coming from our taxpayers' money. So as a landlord, you're already paying for it once. So to have to then reduce your rent and pay twice, we want to make sure that everybody's doing what they need first and then qualify them as being legitimate. So really, out of a 900 property, there's only been a few that have been legitimate so far.
And that is probably because you do a very good job on the initial contact and getting your tenants in, so that obviously helps. But I heard of a case today, a girlfriend contacted me and said, I can't believe it, there's a person, I don't know who that person is, who just rang up their property management company, and I'm not sure even where they are, but I think they're somewhere on the coast, and just said, look, we're struggling. And they went, oh, okay, how much can you pay? Okay, I'll just tell the landlords. What's all that about? That is really bad practice. So I don't know who they are. I will find out who they are, because there's absolutely no way I'm going to refer them.
Well, it's coming from the landlord's point of view. Landlords have got to pay their mortgages. We're very aware. We own properties ourselves. We understand that. So it's very important that it's a fair system, and it needs to be investigated more than that, in my opinion. So that's the way we approach it.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And thank goodness Antonio REIQ managed to get the changes done from Debreni, who was obviously the guy that was leading all this to start with. But it really was, as we said earlier, pretty horrendous what they were planning. And it was always going to cause an awful lot of upset if it had continued. So thank goodness that got resolved.
The other thing too, Sue, that might be I think important for your clients to hear is that it hasn't so far, we haven't seen much of an impact on vacancies. So if people out there are about to buy a property but they're on the fence, they think it's going to be vacant, we haven't seen any change so far. People are still applying for properties, so we don't really have any vacant here at the coast at the moment. But in our other areas where we are, Townsville, Mackay, Bundaberg, all these other areas, we're getting heaps of applications still. People
And
are still
that's
applying for
interesting
properties.
because they're not normally that highly taken up, you know. So
no, we're busy. So tenants,
that's good.
you know, tenants are still looking for places to move into. So,
which is really, really nice to know and good to know that that's happening. Okay, Kylie, well, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. We'll probably catch up in a couple of weeks' time and see if those numbers have increased, if there's been any changes, and what we need to consider assisting people with if we can. So for the time being, bye for now, and we'll catch up very, very soon. Okay.
thanks,
Bye.
Sue.
Bye.